So that is why I hold on to the green passport. And I will die with the green passport. Because I was created with the green passport. I don't care what you say you have in your country. You can have water coming out of the tap. You can have the air conditioner you like. I tell my sons every time, I say, son, God did not make you a Nigerian by an accident. It is not a coincidence. Every youth leader here, I hope you are listening to me. Because you were planted here to change destinies, to modify things. And as long as you have your mobile phone with you, that's all the technology you have. And I'm hoping at some point we'll run workshop for you to build apps in our native languages and then deploy it on our phones. Because by the way, Nigeria is the single country in the world that the highest number of tele-density in terms of mobile technology. We have the highest. So I'm telling you what we have and what the white man, the red man, the blue man, what every color man you know has universally accepted our superiority in some areas. And that is the reason why the youths, as I know them to be, using technology will transform what we even imagine. That the strategy we are rewriting today is not just switching from oil. It's because human capital is superior to oil. And I will show that in the graph, if you can advance it too. Because I have a 17-year-old that I taught maths. That's fine, if you like, you can clap. But when you heard about Nick, if you keep advancing it, sir. Advance it one more. Okay. What Nnamdi Azikiwe said about education, this is it. It's not what we know education to be. Look at what Chief Dr. Nnamdi said about education. Know what certification is. That means you go to a classroom, they tell you some things, you come back, you remember on the date, you drop everything, and after the exam, you select and hit delete and forget everything. It is the application of the knowledge that one has been given to generate creativity so that obstacles are overcome. And I want to make these slides available because as I'm speaking, it's being tweeted, and I'm pleased that the social media people are very working hard here. So every boy and every girl in the Niger Delta area. So know that their education has nothing to do with that piece of paper they are given. That piece of paper is only a certificate to show that you were there. The next day, that application of that knowledge to solve an existing problem is what makes you an educated person. This is the wealth of a people. Each time they ask me how rich is the nation, I say, how many men and women do you have? They give me population statistics. I say, how many of them are under 18? They say, why are you saying about under 18? I said, because the youth have the energy. The old people have the wisdom. When the wisdom and the energy of the youth moves, it implodes. If you have never been to Bangalore, I pray that God preserves your life. Because when they came to meet us in London, they said Bangalore was a city in India, that they had a lot of youths. What can they do with them? We taught them basic mathematics and programming skills. Do you know that today, Microsoft has the single largest production plant in Bangalore, India? Sun Microsystem has it. If you follow me on my website, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see some of the things I've tweeted about this. I'm not just saying it because I want to make a speech to encourage you. No, no, no. I don't want to inspire you. No. You need to know these basic facts, and we need to know it as a people so that when we deploy our energies, the world will know that we have arrived. Because we've done it in too many areas. So the population of the youth in this area is what will make me say that the educational system, right from the first day they enter school until they graduate, has to give them something different from what I got and from what you got. It has to give them something revolutionary to make them know that I have self-worth, I have creativity. So if it's not there, I make it happen, not make excuses. Because anybody can make excuses. But we have made up in our mind that when the leg is injured, it doesn't mean that we're going to stop playing. They bandage it, and you leap back to the field to play so that we can win. And that's the only reason why we are living. Okay, can you advance the slide, please? Because I just want to show the economy. So those are the three hybrids that I'm putting together. Anytime there is an interface of technological understanding, human capital, social, economic development, and reproduction is a course. It just follows it. It's like night and day. If one of them is devoid, then you find out that you are limping on one leg, and the idea of success becomes a luck factor. So maybe not, maybe not. But if you consistently add these two together, when you exploit technology, not use technology. Nigerians don't use technology. It's an insult for you to say Nigerian uses technology. Let me explain to you what I mean that Nigeria doesn't use technology. A 14-year-old that dropped out of school because the parents could not pay, became a mechanic and learned how to fix cars. He never went to university. He changed the engine of a Mercedes and put a Datsun engine there. And the Mercedes drove faster and longer years than the original Mercedes engine. That Germany had to send professors of engineering to come and understudy somebody that has not completed secondary education on how he's able to use and then exploit technology. And that's essentially what I'm doing. And that character is not unique to that mechanic. That character is in every child that we have given birth to. We have not been able to explore that genius in that child. And therefore we blame X, Y, and Z. But once we know it's already there, it's like my grandmother says, I put it inside the fridge. But I said, Mom, I can't find it inside the fridge. She said, but it's inside the fridge. Until she followed me to the fridge, she opened the fridge. I was looking inside the fridge. It wasn't inside the fridge. It was on the door of the fridge. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? God has already put the genius in every child that we have. We are looking for it in the wrong place. If we find it in the right place, can we just advance? We will be able to understand that investment we have in health, that's a CBN set of figures, by the way, and the one we have in education are things that we cannot compromise on. And not education, I keep saying this, not education as taking place in the classroom, but the education that takes place outside the classroom for functional problem solving. If we can address that. Okay, so this is something you must go home with. If anybody thinks that you are from Niger Delta, you don't know what you are talking about, let them understand this. God that put the oil under the water, first of all, put cells in our brain. And those cells in our brain are able to generate more. That's a 6-year-old that wrote a book that is being used by undergraduate studies, for undergraduate studies. I'll give you, like excuse me, I'll give you the slide. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll make it. So whatever we celebrate, when we celebrate genius in our children, you know what happens? It replicates all the time. If we suppress genius, do you know what will happen? We'll lose it. It's not because it was not put there, but because we didn't have the mechanism to be able to nurture it or to celebrate it. And can you move on? This is a quick case study. That's a girl, a Nigerian girl, at the age of 10 spoke 6 different languages. The same girl passed maths and computer science at the age of 10. At the age of 11, is still on record till today as the youngest girl ever to pass A-level computing. Not me talking, the BBC talking. And the links are there. We don't have time, I'll play the video. Can you advance a few more? Because I'll give you in the video. That's another second BBC interview. Just advance. I need. She's now at the age of 23, a vice president of a German bank. Did you understand that? Let me explain to you. Because if you came to Edo State and you wanted to be president, we'll say you are not from this state. Do you understand what I'm trying to talk? But this is a Nigerian girl helping out the Germans fix their economic problem. And yet you are trying to tell me we are underdeveloped, or we are under-resourced, or we are a monoculture economy. We are not a monoculture economy. We are more than oil, because God has given us a bigger oil. Please, can you